right, so let them eat cake, everyone. Hey, it's Chef Jen here in Frisco, Texas at the CTE Center, your culinary arts instructor. So I've got this really cool recipe, and I have to say I'm rather proud of it. It is a almond cake with lavender honey. That sounds like a whole bunch of funky things all going on at the same time. But just wait till you hear what all this cake has in it. So few ingredients, and turns out it's a beautiful product. It is a gluten-free cake, all right? We're still on our gluten-free kick. So what we have here, I have separated 4 eggs. I've got 4 egg yolks in here. I know you can't tell, I kind of broke one a little bit. But we got 4 egg yolks in here. I have my 4 egg whites in my mixer back behind me. We'll get to that in a second. To our 4 egg yolks, we are going to add a half a cup of honey. I have a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's going down in there. And we're going to add a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Baking soda, you know, like Minnesota. I don't know why I always do that. Every time I say baking soda, I always think Minnesota. All right, that goes in there. And a little pinch of salt. Let's mix this all together. Now, what in the world is going to hold this bad boy together? Well, we're going to use almond meal. Now, you can certainly buy almond meal and almond flour at the grocery store. And in fact, most grocery stores now carry it over in that little healthy food section. I just had almonds at home, and I put them in the food processor, and I ground them up myself. And that is a nice texture. It's a little coarser than almond flour, but I really like the texture and the flavor that it gives the cake. It gives it a little more body. So to that, we're going to add 1 3/4 cup. Whoa, hello, hang on there. You'll go in a second. A little bit more to top that off. And 3/4. Here is 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. Your cake will be a little smoother when you use almond flour. And like I said, I just really, really like the texture this cake gets when you use fresh almonds that you've ground yourself. Plus, it's cheaper. All right, so we have a pretty thick mixture here. Got all that in there. Looks nice. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. That honey and that lavender and the nuttiness of the almonds, that's just nice. All right, so remember at the beginning I had the 4 egg yolks in here, and I had 4 egg whites in my mixer. I have beaten those egg whites to soft peaks, and I'm going to gently fold them into my batter here. This is what's going to make the cake nice and light and fluffy. You just got to be really careful. You worked hard enough that you have to beat your egg whites for a couple of minutes to get them to soft peaks. So if you overbeat and overfold these in here, you're going to end up with a flatter cake. All right, so we're going to gently fold all this good stuff together. Oh, that looks nice. And into our pan it goes. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to bake this in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. It'll rise up nice and tall. Ends up being about 1 inch tall in height. It's not a super tall cake, but boy, is it flavorful. All right, so when it comes out of the oven, it'll look like this. Well, it won't have a missing piece, I promise. I won't sneak into your kitchen and take your cake. Loosen it up from the pan. This is why that spring form is so nice. Give it a little wedge cut. It will be slightly sticky on the bottom. And for serving, I chose blueberries. We've got a few fresh blueberries here on top of the cake with a little blueberry sauce that was simply made by reducing some blueberries with a little agave nectar for sweetness and drizzled on top with a little lavender as a garnish. So this has been Chef Jen telling you to eat your cake and enjoy it. All right, coming to you from the CTE Center in Frisco. Thanks.